Hi, my name's Ollie and I'm the Escalations Engineer at ITVET. It's a lot bigger than anywhere I've worked before, ITVET. I think we've got 120 people-ish.
Yeah.
Everywhere I've worked before, we've been 5 or 6.
Yeah. From those different MSPs to then suddenly finding ITVET. So, I mean, how did that come around? How did you find us?
It's quite nice, ITVET, in that kind of sense, because it still feels like a small company. Everyone knows each other. Everyone gives each other an hand.
One of the challenges of remote work as well, because people will feel like there aren't the same opportunities.
Like you say, you're in the office for the majority. So to be noticed from home on the work you do, it just shows that everything's being seen.
Hi, my name's Darryl. I'm the CEO here at ITVET. Today we're talking to Ollie about his life and his journey here at ITVET. I'm going to kick off with one first question, which is, do you remember the first time we met?
It was the award. Was it the awards ceremony?
Yeah.
The
Teammate Awards or the company?
No, it was the company update.
Nice.
Yeah, that was the first one.
That probably the reason for that is well, A, I work remotely most of the time, and B, you also work remotely all of the time.
All of the time, yeah.
So what was life like before ITVET?
Yeah, I was working for another MSP in Speak, so in Liverpool. Yeah.
So the commute from home to Liverpool?
Yeah, just to get into Liverpool, or Speak at least, because it's right down the bottom, so it's in a painful area to get to from Wigan. Yeah. Up at 5, leaving for 6. Yeah. Just about getting there for 8:30. Yeah.
Wow. So that must have taken its toll.
Yeah, I did that for about 3 months and then decided that wasn't for me.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think it's going to be for many people, to be honest. I mean, that's a big old commute. So you was, I guess, still in technology, MSP?
Yeah, I've always worked MSPs.
Yeah.
It's a lot bigger than anywhere I've worked before, ITVET. I think we've got 120 people-ish. Yeah. Everywhere I've worked before, we've been 5 or 6. Yeah. But it's quite nice, ITVET, in that kind of sense, because it still feels like a small company. Everyone knows each other. Everyone gives each other an hand.
So I guess IT for you, where did it all start?
Started just playing on my PC with pals, being a teenager. Yeah. And then shot off to West Yorkshire, did IT in college. Right. Hated college. I was never good at school. So left and got an apprenticeship at aforementioned MSP. Yeah. Service desk, first line stuff, bit of field stuff, and loved it. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. And I think, obviously then going from those different MSPs to then suddenly finding ITVET. So, I mean, how did that come around? How did you find us? Recruiter called up, said, I've got a remote job based down in Bishop Stortford. You might go in once every 3 months or something. Yeah. You interested? Said, yeah. Sent it over. Had a look, all good. Interviewed, great. And started, I think, maybe 3 weeks later. Yeah.
And what was it like? How did you find that sort of, entry into ITVET, and how did you?
It was really good. I think I was dealing with Melissa and Laura for the most part at that point. Yeah. It was really easy, considering I'd not been remote before that. Yeah. Everything just got shipped off, arrived on the day I was starting. Yeah. Everything was logged in. Just had to open up the laptop, jump on, had a full onboarding scheduled with Andy. Yeah. Did that for the first week and then just started cracking on after that.
Yeah. And I guess, was it much different to where you were before?
The onboarding was a lot more handheld. So there was a lot of training that was already built. There were already videos. There was a lot of process to read. Yeah. There's just things that you don't find in usual MSP. Yeah. It was quite nice. Yeah. You can start doing the technical with having some knowledge of what everyone else is up to, some knowledge of the harder sites like Linen Hall. That one was on the training spec as well. Yeah. So it made life easier starting up. So got buddied up and spent a week chatting to Max, I think it was. If the work was done, everyone was happy. Yeah. And still is. So that was quite nice, rather than having to make sure every minute's accounted for in the day as other MSPs do. Yeah.
So obviously in your journey then, so came in as a senior engineer. Yeah. And then where did that sort of take you? Or where have you sort of progressed to since then?
Yeah, so since then, went from senior engineer, was doing that for a year, and then moved into the Escalations Engineer role, which was this new team created as a escalation point for the seniors, so myself and Jack. And then now more so Jack does the escalation stuff, and I do the construction consultancy and a lot of pre-sales for the sales team. So design of redevelopments for mainly the managed prop customers.
Yeah.
So be it the structure cabling going in, the network going in, all the hardware, both low, high level and logical design of that, and any fibre going in, any lines going in, anything infrastructure wise.
So it's a bit more projecty sort of based, I guess, isn't it? It's more, or planning, I guess. It's the design.
Yeah. It's that network architecture type of side of things mainly.
On that side of it, there's a progression there into an area. I mean, where did you think that came from? Was it that we were saying, "Oh, would you like to do this, Ollie?" Or was it that you was like, "Oh, actually, this looks quite fun"?
It was a mix of because Josh was doing it at the time. He was too busy.
Yeah.
And then a mix of he knew that I'd done a lot of that stuff before at previous places. Said, "Are you interested?" I said, "Yep."
Yeah.
And then we just kind of started doing it really.
Yeah.
And then since we've done a lot more of it.
Yeah.
I think we've got about 13 buildings in progress at the minute.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
It's a big job. And I think that is a thing of obviously someone like Josh, who's now our ops director, to give you an idea, taking on such a big responsibility like that, it's not easy because you've got to have such a breadth of knowledge, right? You can't just know this little bit to do a whole building design. And you've got yourself a qualification as well, I believe.
Yeah, the Wide Score and Smart Score accredited professional.
Yeah,
for everything,
basically. So talk me through that. What's that about?
Yeah, so we Wide Score and Smart Score are both new accreditations for buildings, residential or commercial. Wide Score is how future-proof is the building.
Yeah.
Does it have 10 gig lines in? Does it have a mobile DAS? Is the containment diverse throughout the building? Does it traverse diverse risers and all of these things? So we score buildings and assess them, submit them to Wide Score, and we also do design of that and kind of governance. Yeah. There's a cheaper way of doing it, but you don't get the accreditation, so it's tough. There's so many third parties involved in the construction side of things. We've got a main contractor, we've got a structural contractor, we've got AV contractors, we've got smart contractors, we've got intelligent building consultants, master systems integrators. There's bloody loads of people. So coordination is the biggest one. It makes sure everything goes right, which is key on construction. Otherwise it's cost. Yeah. And no one wants to spend more money than they need to.
Absolutely. And I think that falls down as well, because I know I've spoken to Josh about this before. It's like we kind of default to being that person that is kind of the glue that's sticking it all together. I know there should be a project manager somewhere, or should be heading these things up, but it seems to be because we touch obviously all these parts of the network. It's like, well, we're the one that's done the design, so we've got to go, well, no, it needs to be done this way. And I think coordinating those things are really important.
That's
definitely
it. The coordination and being strict, two biggest things. People try and do value engineering or
value engineering.
That's what they call it.
Value engineering.
Oh, let's do a VE option and change everything to this rubbish.
Oh, it is actually genuinely a thing.
Yeah, it's called value engineering. Yeah, they love it. Oh, it's a bit expensive. VE, come on.
What can you do for us, basically? Yeah. How can we shortcut this thing?
Yeah, mates rates.
Yeah.
But it's just being strict and getting coordination right is really the key thing.
And I guess, without putting words in your mouth, but it's because we've got to get it right for the customer, right?
Yeah. We spec the right system the first time. Always some leniency on we can use a different product or a different solution to cut cost and retain functionality, but there gets to a point where you can't do it. Yeah. And we'll be very clear about it.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's a really good thing because, we've not really had that since, I know it's been around for a little while now, but, in our industry, it's like, you could just run cables where you liked back in the day, and these cables and this connectivity can be for essential services, really important things, keeping that building, literally keeping the lights on, HVAC systems and everything else. So I think it's one of those things where that quality and that standard is so important, it's so important to have done. But so I guess you've got some, varying skills there because you're dealing with construction, ultimately, like contractors and construction people. So as an IT engineer, obviously gone to senior engineer, and you've built up those skills, in dealing with people. I guess from my perspective, I think, you've done incredibly well since coming in. It feels like you've been with us a lot longer than you have been with us. Yeah. And honestly, I think this was one of the first times that we sort of opened up our employment to be remote. Remote only. So not saying you were a guinea pig for that at all, but hopefully
it worked well.
Hopefully it's gone okay.
Yeah.
No, it's brilliant, because honestly it was kind of a new thing for us as well, because it's difficult, really, really difficult to maintain relationships, build relationships as well with people when you're not in the office and you're not there all the time, which has been really hard. And I think making sure we've got the tools in place. I mean, obviously you come to the socials, which is brilliant as well, and having those tools in place like Teams and things like that to communicate, I think has been great. I think that's been a really, really good thing to hopefully you feel part of the team.
There's very few moments in the day where I'm not on the phone to someone. It's rare.
No, which is nice, and I think the spoken and communication, I don't think you can beat. I mean, it's great having an email or a message, but actually picking up the phone, talking to people, I think is brilliant as well. And I definitely think the respect that you've gained, amongst the other teammates as well. Obviously, getting into that escalation team, people are coming to you. You're giving them advice, guidance, tell them how to troubleshoot things and problem solve, has been brilliant, and I think you're very, very well respected in the team as well. So one of the challenges of remote work as well, because people will feel like there aren't the same opportunities, for office workers or for the people who are in the office. I mean, would you say you felt that at ITVET at all? No,
it goes for most MSPs, but you're in the office, like you say, you're in the office for the majority. So to be noticed from home on the work you do, it just shows that everything's being seen, and there's a constant shortage of really good technical people out there. And it's hard to keep them, especially in MSP, because, like I say, it's a lot of work. It's constantly changing. When one fire's out, the next one starts. But I love it. I think it's ace.
No, it's great. It's really, really good. And I would say, honestly, we're really, really happy and really lucky to have you, mate, as well. I think it's a great addition to the team. I'm sure we can talk about this stuff till the cows come home. When we start getting into deeper level stuff. But no, it was really, really good. And honestly, I really appreciate it. So thanks for your time.
Yeah, no danger, mate. Appreciate
nice one.
it.
Yeah.